Yeah, buddy, it's that time again. Welcome to Duct Tape Dynasty. I am the Duct Tape Dude.
I'm the dude.
And this is today. It is today. Today's show. It is what it is. You know, they say don't start with an apology, but I do need to apologize real quick for our last show. I had come off 2 weeks of working midnight to 8 a.m., and so I was a little down and out for the show last week. I was a little dud, so forgive me for not being at peak performance on the last show. If you noticed, I know some people definitely did because I got the comments. So apologies for the last one. Hopefully this one's a little better. I see you guys in the comments. I see them. They're live. They are invigorating, and I love it. What is up, everybody? We are so excited you all are all here, and I just would ask, hey, if you have not been here before, or even if you have been here before we get started, please minimize that screen and hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Or if it's, you've been watching for a little while and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, hit that subscribe button. That is literally the most important, I guess, thing you could do, or the biggest thing you can do to help us out. And of course, for those who are here live, throw comments out there. That helps the algorithm and all those things, and it gets us pushed out there, and that's exciting. And I tell you, we look at every single subscriber, every single comment. We haven't grown to the point where we can't keep up with it, so we're at 171 subscribers as of today, which is awesome. I actually checked it. I check in periodically. They have a little app for, YouTube creators or whatever. It's the back door to YouTube, and it's where I can look up, how many views we have and the demographics of the views and all this stuff. Anyway, I literally checked it, and it said 171 subscribers. And then I did some things, and we were almost to 50,000 views. And so I was checking it often. And anyway, sorry, Dave sent me a message, but I can't see what it is because Andrew's on the phone. What the heck was I talking about? Oh, now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Dave. Andrew, what was I talking about? They can't see you or hear you, but what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, almost 50,000 views. And so I checked it. We had 171 subscribers. I checked back in a couple hours later, and we were at 170. And I was like, oh, man, we lost one. And then we come on today, and it's like, oh, we're at 171 again. So anyway, it's exciting. We literally, every single subscriber is awesome, and we thank you so much for it. Please spread the word if you would. And anyway, so if you haven't noticed, there's someone over my shoulder, and the room is a little bit different tonight. It's red. Usually we're blue in here, and this is Darth Vader back here, folks. My son literally showed up from school one day. He said, Dad, my grades might suck, but check this out. This is for you. It's like a 3/4 size, life size thing of Darth Vader. And I gotta do it. Sorry, Andrew. I have Andrew sitting here on the phone waiting to come on, and I'm just making him wait. So my apologies, but you know what? No, we got to bring you on for this. I know you're a Star Wars nerd as well. We had a big conversation ahead of time, so let me put you on. You are live. What is up, brother? How are you? What's good? How was your week?
It was good. It was weird because it was the end of the quarter for us at school, so people are trying to get grades up and keep grades going. But I want to see this Darth Vader thing.
Okay, so yeah. Yes. He brings me this like 3/4 size Darth Vader thing and says, this is for you, but this is so cool. So you gotta see this. Okay, check it out. I gotta
Welcome
hang
to
on.
DuctTape Dynasty, where the real nerds hang out.
Let me turn this up. Like,
indeed you are. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.
As father and son. That's so cool. That's so cool.
Anyway.
There is no escape.
Anyway,
That's right. There is no escape. You're watching Duct Tape Dynasty, and you're stuck here now, folks.
Yes, riveting content. Riveting content. You all are stuck here forevermore. Nobody turning that dial. Whatever, you get it. I'm a Star Wars nerd. Okay, look, I was born in '77. Not to give my age away, but I just did. So Star Wars was literally the first movie I ever saw because it came out in '77. So I grew up with all the Star Wars stuff. So when my kid shows up and said, "Dad, my grades suck, but I got you this Star Wars thing," I was like, "Hey, cool." It totally worked. Totally worked. I'm such an idiot. You know, he's out there probably playing video games. Should be grounded.
Well,
Anyway.
I had my lightsaber from when I got back from Disney.
Oh,
This is
that's
your
right.
version. You had that.
Yeah. So you, by the
we're
way,
good. We're nerd stuff already.
you are a complete nerd
Yeah.
when it comes to Star Wars. So in typical Duct Tape Dynasty fashion, so for the first time ever, literally, I was prepared for the show well ahead of time. I had everything set up. I had checked the cameras. I had done everything. The only thing I hadn't done was call Andrew, and obviously we're getting a later start than usual. So I call him literally a half hour before show start, and and we're supposed to do things like, you know, check levels of sound and go through some things, talk about what we're going to talk about. By the way, we didn't even do that.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't, because I was like, check out this Darth Vader thing that I got. And we sat there and talked for a half hour about the chronology of the movies.
Also,
and then we're
I
like,
just
oh
took a
crap,
peek.
we got to start the show. So
I just took a peek at the comments, and Dan has just given us an off-season idea for a Star Wars week
Jedi
show.
draft.
We have to do that on the week of Star Wars Day.
Oh, May the 4th. May the 4th. Oh,
have
yes. Dan, God
thank
love
you.
you, son. By the way, Dan Hall, the Colonel, in the comments, folks. Thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate you. I see my wife out there. Hey, I love you. I see Aunt Katie. I see you, Andrew. I see you on the phone. I see Dave out there. What is up? I see Wally. Man, guys, thank you so much. We love seeing everybody. Keep those comments coming, because tonight is going to be interesting. I don't know how far we'll get. We have the official title, I think, of this includes things like the round 1.5 of our mascotology, which I thought that was going to be all our show was going to be. And then absolute mayhem happened in the NFL on day one of free agency. I mean, mayhem. It's usually like, I remember watching McAfee a couple of years back, and, you know, it's day one of free agency, and they're talking about all these quarterbacks that might be moving. And like, we go 3 days, nothing's happened. And like day one, like 20 things happened, and they were all monumental. So we're like, well, I guess we got to talk about that before we get to our, you know, mascotology 1.5. Anyway, you know, and then we start talking We'll see what happens, folks. We will see what happens. It's but Wally, you feel free to let us know when the towel should be thrown in. We appreciate that from last time. I'm actually not kidding. We were like literally halfway through the mascots, and Wally's like, you know, you could finish this next week. That's not a bad idea. Thanks for the save. I was kind of thinking, how do I get out of this in the middle of this thing? Anyway, so we'll see if we get there tonight, but feel free to tell us when it's time to throw in the towel, Wally. That was a good call last time. Anyway, Andrew, we asked you how your week was. Did I miss? Is there anything that I haven't ask that I usually do or say that I usually say? I'm kind of fired up tonight.
No.
If you can't tell, I'm pinging on all cylinders. You know, we're rocking and rolling.
I think you hit everything. I see, Dave, I see your comment. I see it. This is not a hockey show, so we got to wait for the hockey talk the hockey show. That
What?
was not the voice he asked me to do.
Wait, what is going
I see
on?
it, Dave.
What is happening?
Can you not see Dave's comments again?
I see. It says, come on, Andrew, let's hear it. What the hell is he talking about?
It's the comment right before the Jedi draft.
Okay. Maybe I missed that one.
Yeah.
You noticed I've been kind of blabbing a little bit.
Just
so
sad.
let me, good God, before the Jedi draft, this is going to take me a while, man. Talk about something. I got to find it. What the heck? Just tell me what's going on.
The show
Here, Letterkenny voice. Okay, now we got it. Yep. Let's do it.
Now we got it.
Let's do it.
All right. Dave, this is for you. All right. Let's see. Camera shy.
Well, let me just mute myself so you can hear nothing but him.
Couple hockey players coming around the produce stand the other day. There you go, Dave. For your couple of hockey players.
Oh, come on. I love it. Uh-oh. I hit a button for mic 4. Okay, good. Good.
There's only 2.
Yeah. Riveting comment. Riveting content. You hearing me guzzle water. All right. So anyway, a lot of things happened on day one of like the free agency period. And then today, so that we go into the week and I think, all right, cool. We've got a show for this week. We've got this Mascotology 1.5, and then free agency happens and day one happens. And I'm like, holy cow. Now we got a whole nother show, right?
And it's okay, we have a big segment of news.
Cool.
And then Mascotology.
Yeah. So we might have 2 shows already. And then today happens and freaking what? Aaron Donald.
Okay, we're starting with that one. All right, cool.
The dude, okay, I don't want to say he threw in the towel. The dude put the bookend on a historical, no doubt, Hall of Fame, first round, first ballot, all that good stuff, career. Aaron Donald says, I'm hanging it up, boys. It's time to retire. And hey, congrats on one heck of a career.
Yeah, I mean, this dude has been dominant for a decade. And this was 10 years. I have never not known this guy to be dominant as far as just throwing people around. If you're a big gamer, a 99 on Madden multiple times, defensive player of the year multiple times. This dude was just a monster in the trenches, and the Rams have had a couple of off years from their Super Bowl year, but he was still doing solid stuff. So I was shocked to see that he was retiring because I wasn't on my phone during school. My students were, and some of my students who know I like football and all that stuff said, hey, did you see this? I'm like, no. And I looked on my phone right as soon as school ended, and I went, holy crap, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah. So, hey, pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. I would have loved to have made a interesting man in the world video, but he doesn't have the videos that Jason Kelsey has.
No,
so
not
he
quite
does not
the same.
warrant, even though it's Aaron Donald, he doesn't warrant the most interesting man in the world videos.
Right.
I think I've got my mic up too much. I can hear myself. Yeah. Anyway, wow.
Where do we want to begin on this free agency mayhem, as we titled it?
Well, gosh, let's get into, the biggest thing that happened day one, episode 1 for me, the first thing that flashed across my For You page or whatever they want to call them now, was your boy heading to Atlanta. And then I started looking into it and it was like, holy hell. Sorry. I guess this is DTD After Dark. So yeah, holy hell. Bro, everybody's going everywhere. What is going on? And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, the next step too, which is we just had, kind of the last step and the next step. Well, we just had the combine. the draft is coming. What's this do for the draft? Which, again,
Blows it wide open.
talking about shows and this whole progression of the week, I started off thinking, the only thing we were going to have to talk about was mascots. And now I'm like, I've got a show about a draft in my head. I've got a show about, anyway. But yeah, the quarterbacks, holy cow. Kirk O'Chain's going to Atlanta, the biggest one. Then I opened it up, and of course, sorry, you know what? I misspoke. The first thing that came across my radar was the fact that Sean Payton kicked Russ to the curb.
I think we talked about that last week.
Yeah, that was
and then
hilarious.
It was the next day or the following Monday, so it would have been this past Monday. It was like a kid sat down, grabbed a controller, and said, Madden franchise mode, let's randomize some stuff. Because that's what this is.
It's insanity. Absolute insanity. I mean,
holy
Kirk is
hell.
going to Atlanta. Russ is now going to Pittsburgh.
And then which
today,
we called it.
Today,
but also experts did too.
Kenny Pickett gets the boot from Pittsburgh. Where's he going?
So funny.
Where's
Philadelphia?
Okay. Okay. In Philadelphia, by the way, I think we're going to talk about this. Didn't they get a running back as well?
They got a pretty good one, if you ask me.
Yeah. I mean, dude, oh my gosh. No. Sorry. There's a running. Well, yeah. They got a running back, but then there's.
We'll talk about when we get to the running backs.
So this is what I'm talking about. Like absolute chaos happened day one. Episode 1, minute 1 of free agency. Mac Jones getting kicked to the curb, so to speak, going to the Jaguars, which I actually think is
he got traded there. That made no sense.
I don't know what the Patriots are
I have
doing.
ever seen.
I don't know what the Patriots are doing, period. Like the only team, the team second only to the Cowboys for what is going on there. For me, at least, is the Patriots. So, I'm the Cowboys, that have sat here, and I think Jerry Jones, nobody's told him yet the free agency has started. Like that's the only thing I can come up with. They haven't done a thing. I mean, I guess they got rid of a guy.
They have done two things.
They got rid of
all of this. And that's it.
But anyway, so next to them, the only other team that I'm like, what is going on is the Patriots. Because it seems
we need to hear what Bully has to say about this. We need to.
And I didn't tell you about it because he said no, but I actually texted him and asked, it was last minute, if he wanted to come on for the first segment for this part of the show. He couldn't. He's too busy, but this is too bad. Yeah, because I would have loved to have heard his reaction as well to Mac Jones getting, kicked to the curb, then picked up and going over to Jacksonville. Now, the Vikings go out and pick up. Why did they waste any money on Sam Darnold? When
I don't know.
And they're obviously moving in the draft to go get a quarterback. So why?
We have to pick up someone in the draft.
I mean, I guess Sam Darnold's your number 2, but jeez.
He's our number 1 right now because
you're gonna get a different number 1 come draft.
Right. Come the draft time we might, and who knows. But
I don't know. Yeah, when is your pick in the draft? Again, these are the things that start to go. We're going all over the place. This is how this first day of free agency was for me. I was like, what is going on? So yeah, what's your first pick in the draft now?
Minnesota picks 11th.
Okay.
They pick 11th, and I think that's enough to get one of 3 possibilities at quarterback. Potentially, because this is a pretty big quarterback class coming into this draft, and that means a lot of teams are going to try and cash in early. Minnesota now has 2 first-round picks because of a trade with the Texans. They now have pick 11 and pick 23. I don't think a quarterback's going to stay till 23, but I think we either pick up J.J. McCarthy from Michigan.
That's
or
what
if
Dave
he
just
falls
said in
to
the
us,
comments.
I would be okay. I wouldn't be upset with Bo Nix from Oregon.
Oh, look, Dave is like literally parroting you. Like
Right.
he's throwing it in the comments right before you say it.
And then the next one might be Drake May or whatever the guy from UNC is. I don't know for sure on that one. I'm leaning more towards McCarthy and Nix for the Vikings because all of the other ones are going to be gone. Caleb Williams is going to be gone. All of those guys. I don't really think Caleb Williams is going to work out as much anyway.
Yeah, what is he doing? Like, who is his agent? Like,
I don't know.
Bro, what are you doing?
It doesn't look good for him, in my opinion. And then the other ones are going to go so fast. I think McCarthy might be our guy just based on all of the mock drafts, if you put any stock in that. All of the combine interviews, it sounds like he might be our guy.
Okay.
And then a lot of other people are like, but he might bust. But then his draft stock went up. So who knows? I mean, it's multi-million-dollar franchises betting their entire farm on a 22-year-old kid. And this is coming from a 23-year-old kid.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're just having fun on the internet, you know? So.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Jalen is making yet another move. Or Jameis. Sorry, Jameis.
Famous Jameis.
Famous Jameis is on the move again, heading to Cleveland. Yeah. Wow, they're going to have a crew out there because yesterday, I don't know, someday, Joe Flacco got picked up by the Colts. You know,
yeah,
so,
he did.
I mean, so you've got Jameis Winston and old boy, massage boy. Yeah, him.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Up there. So that's an interesting crew up there. Anyway, moving on. Who did the Eagles get? The Eagles got somebody.
The Eagles traded today for Kenny Pickett from the Steelers because, and this is the thing, I have a whole list right in front of me of all of the moves that I've seen since our graphic was made. Mason Rudolph, famously the one that got smacked in the head by his own helmet by a Cleveland Brown, is now on the Tennessee Titans. So he's gone. And then Kenny Pickett,
he was the hero this year for them.
He was. And Kenny Pickett didn't want to compete with Russ Wilson. So he said, I want out. And they traded him in-state to Philadelphia, which I don't really see the need for, but okay. They needed a backup, I guess, because Mariota's now in Washington.
Yeah.
And, there's no backup QB in Pittsburgh right now. It is just Russell Wilson. So they are going to be in the market for a QB now, too.
Yeah, it is. It is just, I mean, it's just going to keep happening. You know, I mean, this is the cause and effect from this is insane. I love it. I can't wait to see what happens next year. Our Pick'em League, by the way, is
dude.
Geez, here we go. Yet
our
another step ahead.
It's going to be nuts.
Our Pick'em League,
the
fantasy leagues are just going to be insane next year because how are these guys going to do transitioning to a different team, maybe a different style offense? You know, all these if, ands, or buts about it. I mean, it just we're getting a visitor. We're getting a visitor. Oh. I should have plugged in some extra headphones. Look who it is.
Oh, that'd have been awesome.
It's Mary.
Hi.
Hi, Aunt Mary.
And it's Bailey's over there too, but
Bailey B.
Hi B. I don't know if anybody can yeah, you can see her. Yeah. Hi. How are you?
Good.
I'm glad you're home.
Hi.
Go hit the like button. Please.
Subscribe.
Dear God, please. Hit the bell.
It's like the Chris Farley thing where he's the old lady. He's like, for the love of God, let this kid live with you.
By the way, that was authentic as well. Like, I'm serious. I hope she goes. It's when I sit there at the beginning of the show and say like every like and everything like matters.
Oh yeah,
it does. I mean, this is my little hobby, which is, I'm a
this is
dork
awesome.
about it. I don't,
You can have worse
I've
hobbies.
said it before. I don't do this actually for, to hear myself talk or because I think I actually have anything valuable to add to the conversation. I mean, hopefully I do, but I just like making all the graphics and I like all the production stuff.
Oh,
and
it's so fun.
I enjoy the heck out of that side of the house, man. Okay, boy, life. If I could do it over again. No, okay, no, I wouldn't change anything. Blah, blah, blah. If I had to pick a different life, different job, well, I don't know. Weatherman's kind of up there too. I'm a weird guy. Airline pilot kind of thing. Anyway, I would love to. There's some things I'd like to do, but I would love to do production of some sort as well. Like big time production. Sports production would be awesome of some sort. That would be, would just be so cool. So cool.
I'm not laughing at you if you can see me laughing, those of you watching. I'm laughing at Dave's comment. His most recent one in the... Oh, God.
What the hell?
When Aunt Mary walked in the room.
Oh, my God. David, you never... Well, I was going to say you never...
Stairway.
Yeah, I almost said you never seem... or disappoint, but no, you actually do.
He's not mad, he's just disappointed.
Anyway, all right, so absolute mayhem happened in the quarterback market. Let's what the heck, we covered a few of them. The graphic's been up there. You could see who else has moved. I mean, Drew Lock is on the move again to be a backup
Tyrod
somewhere
Taylor
else.
Doesn't have to move. He just has to put on a new color.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Tyrod just goes from blue to green. So now he's going to back up Aaron Rodgers. So this time he doesn't have to, sit there and take the starter job and then have something happen to him. That's been his career. He takes that starter job.
Every time
something happens to him, he gets a golf tee in the lung, as McAfee says, and Justin Herbert shows up. Before that, it was the Baker Mayfield story. Yeah, like every time. So this time he goes in as the backup. So look out, Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I've switched over to the running back graphic. Day one.
This one had some huge.
Another one
stuff.
was that I saw right away was, and I know everybody's making a big deal about the in the division thing, although this division, but Saquon on the move to Philly, bro. What do you think about that?
That's huge because, I mean, as you can see also on the graphic, DeAndre Swift went to Chicago. So that's something for me. Damn it, Dave. Anyway.
I know, that's what I'm laughing at.
I know. I saw that. I saw the comment.
I was going to reply, but now whatever. He knows.
Dave is like that. As coming from the teacher, he is the student that can derail anything.
Yeah. You got to. Yeah, Dan, by the way, if you're still around out there, Dave is definitely... Dan is a very sarcastic guy. You will learn this in the future as he hopefully comes on board with us. But, we're still working out the terms of his contract. But
the numbers we're going to report
anyway,
that matter, or the numbers that,
we'll
that don't
see.
Matter, or what?
We'll
Based
kick,
on a
yeah. Anyway, but he's a sarcastic kind of guy, and Dave, you're going to have a little bit of competition for the most sarcastic person around when he shows up. So watch out. He's probably crafting some response if he's still in the comments. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Saquon on the move, going to Philly. Then you got Josh Jacobs heading to Green Bay because old boy is leaving Green Bay and headed to your neck of the woods. So that was a good move. That one I thought,
I'm okay with this.
Yeah, that one was I'm okay. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet move. You get Aaron Jones, right? That's who you got.
Granted, it's only a 1-year deal, but hopefully we can lock him down for more if he does well for us.
By the way, I'm intentionally not talking about the Chargers, although I do have them on the graphic.
Oh, I'm not going to let you slide.
Come on, bro.
No. I had to talk about Kirk, who's now potentially under investigation for tampering.
What?
Talking with the Falcons early.
Oh, come on, NFL. Come on, Goodell.
Yeah,
Do
I
better.
had to live that. Also, can we take a moment and look at Tony Pollard?
Yeah, sure.
He went to Tennessee.
Not the Chargers.
He went to Tennessee, and we'll get there. Hold on.
Yeah. So the only thing Dallas has done is it seems like they just put talent away. They threw talent away. Anyway.
Their quarterback now, or their running back now, is 5'4". Deuce Vaughn. It is Kevin Hart out there at running back.
I don't know what Jerry Jones is doing, bro. Like,
he has to die before anything changes. I know it's blunt, and I know I said that really quickly, but he is going to die before he retires.
Well, I've said on the program he's the problem, so you.
Yeah,
I mean, we can reach.
That's true. But also
saying the same thing.
We'll switch it.
Anyway,
we'll switch it. Staying in the state of Texas, the Houston Texans. Now they're a team. I'm saying this blanket statement right now. This team got so much better,
dude, and
year.
they were a good team this
and
year.
They were a good team. They got rid of Devin Singletary. Granted, he's really good. He's getting a little old as far as the tenure of running backs goes. And they picked up Joe Mixon from the Bengals, and he was a solid running back all year, and has been for many years. The Texans are getting better, and the Texans also picked up Danielle Hunter from the Vikings for their defensive line. That team got so much better, and I only said like 2 of the many acquisitions they've made this offseason so far.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now
and
what about Baltimore though? They picked up a boy, didn't they?
Derrick Henry.
Dude, what is going on? That quarterback matchup, our boy Lamar with Derrick Henry back there with the option. Can you
We're going to see some
imagine?
trick shot stuff. We're going to see Derrick Henry throwing to Lamar. I would put money on it.
My Lord. Yes, please.
I would put money on it if I had any. But I
You're a
put
teacher,
money down.
so you don't have any.
Exactly. But, okay, we're not done. We have to do it.
No.
It is your turn now.
Okay. Well,
Do you have an offense anymore?
No, we're following the Cowboy lead. We're like, the Cowboys are successful. They bring in money. Apparently, I mean, they do. They still are somehow like the most valued franchise in the NFL. But so that's what the Chargers are doing. They're just saying,
You have a quarterback and a second-year receiver, and that's it.
yeah.
Your running back went to the Commanders.
Yep.
One wide receiver is still out there.
Yeah,
Mike Williams has not been picked up.
I didn't make a graphic about that. But,
And
yeah,
either today or yesterday, Keenan Allen went to the Bears. So the Bears got better on one hand.
Yeah.
But the other thing on the Bears, who's throwing to them? Because Justin Fields may or may not be a Bear.
Yeah, that's
because there is a backup spot in Pittsburgh open, and there's been rumors that he might go to Pittsburgh.
Dude.
So,
what are the Bears going to do?
I'll back away a little bit. What the hell is going on?
Like this, a lot of this happened on day one. And then, there's been some fairly other monumental ones that have happened since.
Oh, yeah.
And free agency, when did it start? Tuesday? Wednesday?
Monday or Tuesday?
It was not long ago, and it's just been insane. And yeah, as you can hear, we're kind of, I guess, we're bouncing around. It affects the draft. It affects. Yeah, I mean, that's what the show is. We are a ping pong kind of show. We just, follow us.
Can you imagine
down the rabbit hole,
on this ping pong, if we were a ping pong show?
Oh my God.
The hell would it look like?
I could think. Yeah, anyway. Anyway. Yeah, so the Chargers are in the business of definitely getting worse. And, so they finally get rid of their coach, and then they dump the team. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you heard me on here a few weeks ago. I was excited that we got Harbaugh. I mean, he wasn't number one on my list, but he sure as heck was a lot better than Brandon Staley.
Anything's better than Brandon Staley.
Yeah, he's taken a team to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick at quarterback. I mean,
before all the issues.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Colin, yeah, well, anyway. Chargers are going to give the Panthers a run for their money. Yeah, which, by the way, the Panthers
Dan,
mascot is one of the first ones we're going to talk about.
And speaking of which, should we just get this sour taste and confusion out of our mouths about free agency and me forcing the Chargers' misfortune upon you?
Yeah, go.
And just talk about some mascots?
Yeah. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. So yeah, by the way, this show, and oh shoot, I meant to update this graphic and I did not. This is, yes, a continuation of Mascotology. We are not to the hour mark yet, so we're gonna at least dive into this.
We're gonna give her a go.
Yeah, what the heck? Let's just go for it. We're just gonna steam through this and get the second half of this done. By the way, I've asked Andrew to not tell me the results of the poll. I do not know. Usually, I will post the poll as well, and I did not do that this time because I was like, maybe it'll be fun for me to hear who won live and get my reaction, whatever.
So I know round one, part one. We're doing round one, part two right now.
Yeah.
I will say, the only thing I will say, some of these were a lot closer than I was expecting.
Oh, great. Well, you didn't say, boy, there were some upsets. So, see, I'm going all places tonight, man. I'm rocking and rolling. Ping pong, ADHD or whatever that is. So today is part 1.5 of the Mascotology. So yeah, what the heck? Let's get into it. We did it last week. We'll do it again. We left off and with it was
number
Miles.
10 versus number 23. Miles versus Major Tutty.
Oh,
was the last one we did.
Yeah, that was a good one. And you know what? I should have had their stuff, but I don't. So whatever. The next one that we are going to come up to is number 11 versus number 22, T-Rack versus Swoop. What do you have to say about these two? By the way, T-Rack, I guess I have to tell you because it's not too obvious, is actually the Titans mascot. Let's get your thoughts on this. What do you think? And then, you know what? I called you a half hour before the show. We were supposed to talk about this kind of stuff, work this out. I want to ask you.
We're getting it figured as we go.
Are you ready to take the lead on this? And are you ready to go to the next, what the next ones are
I'm good.
and all that?
I know what we're good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. So from here on out, you're going to have it. But so this matchup, will be number 11 T-Rack, which is the Titans versus Swoop. Yep. So let's get your comments on it first. Go for it.
All right, I'll take the lead here. Before I talk about these, though, all of you that are in the comments, of which I know there should be at least 5 of you, because there's 7 watching, and 2 of them are probably us.
Yep,
I'm one. The 5 of you that are there, and Wally being a secondary to Dave, you need to put your thoughts in there. Tell us what you think. Tell us who you would pick. And like we said before last week, but I'll say it again, and I'll say it probably every single round. We are telling you what we think would win if we were to have the say. Yeah. We don't. This is the polls on the social pages that we'll talk about at the end of the show. This is where the polls go up, and you guys decide as the viewers and the fans. We just say who we think should win.
Yeah, by the way, I guess I didn't finish. Sorry, now I'm going to interrupt you because that's what we do on this show, and I'm pinging all over the place if you can't tell. I didn't finish that thought. So, yeah, last time we got part way through. So this time it's 1.5, and I already said that, but there was something else I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, you didn't give me the results of the first half of the poll, and then we're going to do the second half of the poll, which will be these ones. We're going to say, as Andrew just said, who we would like to win or think would win or whatever.
Yes.
But I won't get the results until I'll get them live on air is the bottom line.
Yes.
And
when we
they'll
do
be
round
revealed
2.
when we get to round 2, which will be theoretically next week. So anyway, 11 versus 22, T-Rack, you go.
Yep. Dan, also, this is not who would win in a fight. This is what is the best mascot, in our opinion. Because some of these, if it was who would win in a fight, would be really lopsided.
And if you missed last week,
please go back and watch it.
Yeah, you should go back and watch it. We gave a little bit of our ideology or theology or whatever on what makes a good mascot, the level of realism versus cartoonism versus scary versus, we gave all that stuff.
Yes.
So it's a good thing to go watch, but we kind of like something we both sort of like the same sort of mascot, which these are both good. I mean, aside from the fact that T-Rack is, yes, a raccoon, and it's for the Titans, which I don't get it. But I mean, it's a cool looking mascot, I think, and Swoop, I think, is a cool looking one. I think these would both fit as ones we would say were good looking. The mascot look, they've got our ideology look. But
yes,
anyway,
I would
continue on about these guys. You talk about who you want to talk about.
We'll hit the ideology as we go through. So I'm going to start with T-Rack if you wanted to fade over to that graphic.
Yep.
T-Rack, Tennessee Titans, as you just said, and they heard, he is a raccoon. I am so confused by this one. I don't understand why. I personally don't really like this one that much because they're trying to do the raccoon mask and do it around the eyes. Obviously, that makes sense. It just looks too weird to me because the eyes are super small, piercing blue. He has his tongue out. It just looks looks weird. I don't like this one because it's so odd to me.
I would agree.
I don't like this one. This is one that I would consider a miss.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Fair enough. And the fact that it's a T-Rack, so I'm guessing that stands for Titan Raccoon, maybe?
That's, I guess, maybe.
Or Titan the Raccoon. I don't know, but that's what T-Rack is. What do you think about Swoop, though?
I like Swoop. I really like Swoop. He is another one of the bird characters that we have talked about, and we got into it last week when we talked about the dolphins, how you got to have some fingers, and the guy was all flippers, and it just didn't work. And then you had some birds that had the fingers, and they looked awesome. This is the perfect mesh of the two of them.
From
Blitz.
the Seattle.
Seahawks.
That was an awesome one. I like that one.
This one is for Swoop for the Eagles. I think is a really good blend of that.
He's got the full wing.
He does the full wing, but it doesn't look dopey. He has the full wing, which would look like full flipper for TD, but he doesn't look wimpy.
I hope that dolphin didn't win.
I can't tell you that.
Don't tell me.
But looking at Swoop,
yeah,
he looks beefy. He has all that, and I like him because he's a bald eagle. He's the American mascot.
Yeah, he is. Philly, part of this is some teams get a good mascot naturally from their name, and some teams don't. It's difficult, like for the Chargers, which they don't have a mascot, so I really don't have a dog in this fight.
No.
Don't have an official mascot. They have a dude that dances around in a kind of a weird, muscly
it's odd
suit.
I don't understand.
I don't know if he's a fan, like. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I would pick Swoop in this one, and that's not
Swoop,
much of a contest.
Swoop 100%. I mean, I'm not going to give much more analysis. I know I interrupted you rudely, as I do.
You're fine.
A few times about these, but yeah, I don't have too much to say other than the fact that the raccoon, I don't get it. I mean, you could have done something with the Titan. You know, I mean, there's tight
Michigan
mascots.
State Spartan.
There's a
you
lot
could
of
have done
cool
that.
things you could have done. Yeah, you know, and then you come out with a raccoon. I feel like they gave it to somebody who maybe never has seen football ever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like this
but
one.
yeah, I think the raccoon's a miss. The costume I think is okay, but what are you doing? What are you doing? Swoop all the way. 100% swoop all the way, and swoop rules. That is a sweet costume, great colors, you know, and part of it is, yeah, naturally the team has good colors, kind of like the Vikings. I think the purple and gold look good, yellow, whatever you want to call it, depends on the uniform. I think it looks good together. I think you guys have a good color combo. I think the Chargers have a great color combo. We talked about this.
That's true.
You know what? I'm going to naturally hint at yet another show as I think about all these things in my head at the same time. We are definitely pinging on all cylinders tonight. We do a uniform show for the specialized uniforms that teams wear, where we give our analysis of, you know, every team's, and when I say specialty uniforms, like the Tennessee Titans actually wore the Houston Oilers old uniforms, because officially that is the Houston Oilers franchise. And I think that's just a sweet uniform. So we break down those kinds of uniforms, those specialty throwback uniforms that each team wears. That's another episode we do during this off season, of which we are in. And I think this is only like the second, third shows. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Oh man.
Are you? I'm just going to
comments.
stray away from that. I'm straying away from the comment show. I'm going to ask you this. Are you prepared for our next one?
Oh, geez. I don't even know. Okay. Let me. Oh, what
are you prepared for our next one? 12 versus
Watch yourself.
21.
There's some sensitive people out there.
I know. Are you prepared for this?
You're going on the internet.
You're
ready?
going with me.
All right, here we go. 12 versus 21. It's all yours, brother.
All right. If you have talked to me at all outside of the show, you've heard me make some comments on this one. And our next one is an in-division rival. It is the Carolina Panthers and Sir Purr, or as we like to say, Sir Purr. Look at him. It makes sense. Versus number 21, Freddie the Falcon of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to defer the in-depth analysis to you on this one. Have fun. We're on the internet. We're live.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All sensitivities aside, Sir Purr, come on, guys. Don't name your NFL franchise. You're the freaking Panthers, man. You've got a mascot that can be awesome, you know, and you throw Sir Purr out there, and you know what? I got to fade that one over. It's a miss on the fact that you're calling him Sir Purr. What are you doing? Come up with a better name.
Bad.
And then
It's so bad.
does he really dance around in just that shirt?
Yes. Yes.
They didn't put him in a uniform. Like, this could be a kid's
It's
costume
so
party
bad.
thing. What is this?
Yes.
It's an okay costume, I guess, but it's a What are you doing? This is not a mascot. This is pathetic.
We talked about a mascot getting too cartoony. This goes beyond too cartoony into just...
Dude, what are you doing, Carolina? Fix it. Okay. But Freddie the Falcon, this should be an easy win. Easy win for Freddie the Falcon. And I do see it in the comments. Dave agrees at least. I know, man, there's a lot of comments. And guys, thank you. Please keep them coming. Sorry if I miss your comment. If I do, feel free to throw it in there a couple times and I'll see it. I promise. Anyway, Freddie the Falcon, I think, is a pretty cool costume. I think he's pretty cool. It's
not bad. I like it.
His feathers are he looks like he's fried chicken, which
Atlanta Fried Falcon.
He's a fried falcon, but yeah, that's
it's
my
better
only.
than his
He's
competition.
definitely he's a lot better. He's got the uniform on, he's got the jersey on. I think those are the pants. It looks like he's not just some random kitty cat in a kitty cat paw t-shirt. He's
this
NFL mascot wearing an NFL jersey and apparently NFL pants. It looks like. And he's got the cartoony element that we do like to see in there. His feathers are a little bit weird, but I think they're cool. I think they work. I like it. I like this guy.
I like it.
I could see him going, and I don't know. We've got a lot of mascots to get through, and we've gone through some. I'd have to look at the whole pool again, but this guy's definitely Sweet 16 territory.
I could see him getting maybe that far. The one thing with this one, if I were to change anything, I think he looks too happy and a little less fierce. If they make the eyes kind of like Swoop's were, where like the brows came down and he looked a little more aggressive, the Swoop, Blitz, both did that really well. I think Freddie would be better. I think he's a solid number 3 of the birds, though.
Yeah.
This one is, he's hands down better than the last one.
The fact that he pulled Sir Pert, so to speak. Oh my God. He should win in this matchup.
He should win this.
He should win in this matchup. And the next matchup
Moving
is
on.
Staley the Bear and Toro. Holy crap. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that.
No, that's fine.
Moving right along.
We're going to move on to one of the classic mascots
God dang it.
teams God dang it. I thought I could power through that, and no, I couldn't.
Okay.
Anyway. We're good.
That's
Staley the Bear. Staley the Bear going against Toro. So this is one of the oldest franchises versus one of the youngest franchises. The youngest franchise. This is a good one. I mean, looking at it, we'll start with Staley first because he's the higher seed. He's a big old bear. He's a big old bear.
Yeah. And he's got a little bit of he's got a little fierceness to his face, even though he's a big soft teddy bear. They even made him a little bit fat,
I know. It looks like they put too much stuffing at Build-A-Bear.
And I know the image isn't the best. When it transferred, I grabbed the lower quality image. So that's my bad, guys.
No, it's tough on the graphics sometimes to transfer things, but
yeah, Andrew made all these graphics, by the way. This is all Andrew, so kudos to you, by the way.
Thank you.
So these are great graphics, but yeah, sometimes even when you pull from the internet, obviously we didn't take that picture of the bear. We stole it from the internet.
Yep.
Anyway, and then you remove the background, it fuzzies them up a little bit. Anyway, you get it. We're not perfect.
He's a little chunky.
We're a couple guys hanging out.
Yep. Staley's a little chunky, but I do like it.
Yeah, I think it's a decent mascot.
Bears are chunky. It matches.
Yeah, I think.
Moving on
okay, we'll get to my thoughts. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're good. That was mine.
I didn't even have a Red Bull. Jeez.
No, if you wanted to fade to Toro.
Speaking of Blue Bull.
Yes.
There you go.
Blue
Toro.
Bull. Although their battle red is awesome going off of that uniform
I wish
thing.
it would.
Anyway,
you get it.
Going on Toro, this is one where I don't know. I really like this one, honestly. I know the comments are saying Staley all the way, Staley hands down. I really like Toro because, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an ag guy and it's a cow or a bull, but
yeah.
I really like Toro. It works. It hits the cartoon element of animated, but the realistic of these proportions make sense.
He's got hands,
Yeah, I really like it.
It's a football mascot, That's what it is. It's a football mascot. So he does it, I agree. I like Toro. I think There's
I
nothing
wouldn't
wrong
be
with Staley
disappointed
the Bear.
either way that the poll goes on this one.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah, I won't be upset either way. But I like Toro, and actually, and here we go, rabbit hole. We talked about there was the Bills and the Texans essentially have the same kind of mascot. They're both bulls. One's a bison, one's you get it. They've got horns and they're cow-like. Anyway, I think I criticized the Billy the Bull or whatever he's called for the mascot for the Bills because it was a little too cartoony. They could have gone more like this is what I'm trying to get at. Sorry, I went kind of roundabout to get there, but they could have gone more like this. I like this kind of mascot, and maybe part of it, here's where the rabbit hole comes in, actually. We haven't even started, is the fact that I am a huge Billings Bulls fan, which is actually, we grew up in Billings. You did not. You grew up in Toston.
I didn't.
But my wife, myself, Dave, Wally, a lot of us grew up in Billings, or at least lived a great portion of our lives in Billings. And the Billings Bulls were the hockey team there. The junior B. What was it, Dave? Junior A, junior B, junior whatever. What was it? Anyway, Billings Bulls, and our mascot was more like this. They made it enough of now. I mean, how do you make a bull look mean? I mean, I guess you could give it a mean face, but this has got enough of the. He looks like he's a menacing enough character with cartoon-ish to it.
He's definitely a better
good
bull
balance
than the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, he's a much better balance. Yes. So anyway, I like that mascot. Going back to Staley the Bear, nothing wrong with it. I think it's a fine mascot. I like that they kind of went with a chunky bear, or they could have gone, buffed out and all that stuff. But I kind of like him the way he is. But yeah, I think Toro gets it, but either way, I'd be okay with either one.
I'm okay with either one.
So, but yeah, we do have a hockey show. So getting back to the rabbit hole that we kind of have gone down and not, we have a hockey show, by the way, that will eventually maybe start again, which has the red background, which tonight, as we talked about earlier, is for Darth over here. Tonight. That's why we're red tonight. But usually the hockey show, we're red for the hockey show as well. So anyway, Billings Bulls hockey tie-in, you get it. Moving on. You ready for the next one? I stole the announcement of who it was because I was trying to move on quickly for that last one. All right, back to you, sir.
All right, so the next one is our number 14 versus 19. We're getting closer to the matchups being kind of what you'd call maybe a coin flip. I don't really know. You kind of get what I'm getting. The seeds are getting closer. Yeah. Number 14 is in Cincinnati. It's Houday.
Although, caveat.
Nope,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Let me say, these were all randomly assigned their
that is true.
Their rankings. So we didn't go through and rank them the way we thought. Although, when we discussed this last show, go back and watch it. The 1 through 4 that actually get a bye this round, just because of the way you have to do the matchup to make it work out for a bracket. We had to have 4 teams get a bye. It actually worked out. We completely randomized it. And so these rankings, even though, yes, as Andrew said, they're getting closer, they're still completely random. We did not rank them. So, like if you see some where it's like, what the heck? Why is that guy number 6 and that guy number, whatever.
Right.
Anyway,
it's completely
because
random.
it's random. So sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. That was a good thing I forgot to mention. But anyway, going into our 14 versus 19, this is the cat fight. We have the Bengals with their Bengal Tiger Houday. I don't love the name, but the mascot's kind of cool. And then Rory of the Detroit Lions, and this mascot's got a head of hair because his mane and all that stuff. So
yeah.
I will start with Houday though. I started kind of with Staley last time. What do you think of Houday right off the bat?
I like it. They kind of went Chester the Cheetah, I think, a little bit on the face, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I know it's not Chester the Cheetah, but they went a little.
I see what you're kind of talking about, like the orange of the Cheetos and all of that.
It's not quite right. Now we're kind of looking up at him. If you had more of a, and sorry, I'm not criticizing your graphic here,
the
but
best
the
picture
face
I could
on
find, honestly.
view, kind of like in that first picture. I don't know. I don't really like the design of the cat, and I guess that's a personal thing. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're giving our opinions, right? So we're not experts, we're not pundits. But I do like that he's got the human-esque element. You know, he's still got hands, he's still a player, he's got the uniform on. I like this mascot overall. I mean, I definitely put him probably in the middle. If I was to break all the mascots of which we covered in the first show, there's 28, really 29, but 28 teams covered by mascots. I would put him in the middle third.
Yeah, I'd put him in the middle third.
Yeah.
Just because it's kind of one of the ones where I don't know where to put him. So just kind of dump him there.
Yeah.
I like this one.
He's not the worst.
Again,
he's with all others, you know?
Yeah,
Sorry.
he's in the middle of the
Dano,
road.
you know,
this is an odd picture. This is an odd picture
Sorry.
of. No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I hope Dan gets it. Oh.
You can tell this is a family show because we're just like, whatever.
Okay,
The
so
picture
when they
found
promote,
is
here you go.
the
Here you
greatest.
go. You know, I was in the military. Dan, as we call him, the colonel in the comments, because he's a lieutenant colonel in the military. He's active duty. Great dude, serving our country. So thank you for your service. But Dan and I are friends. We became friends by serving in the military together. I used to be an officer with Dan, and man, we had so much fun. We were best military buds out there. And now my thoughts have totally wandered now. What the heck was I going to say about Dan? What did I start with?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
you
honestly
took your
don't-
headphones
I got
out because
lost
you
too.
coughed.
I got lost too.
Oh my gosh. I was talking about Dan. Shoot, somebody save me in the comments. I'm sorry I lost my train of thought because I started thinking about Dan stories. But anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Rory.
we talked about Houday enough.
Yeah, whatever.
Stupid name. Houday is a dumb name.
Houday's
I like-
cool. Moving on to Rory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory. So
Rory's not bad.
Rory's okay. I don't know. They went a little too. I don't know. His mane looks like he's got a 70s haircut, and he's
done a little
looks
awkward.
weird. Now, wow, this graphic may have come across pretty bad. I'm sorry. Again, I
That's okay.
apologize. But yeah, I'm
It's
not a
just
fan.
tough.
I give it to Houday. I'm just gonna say
I'd
that.
give it to Houday, even though Houday is a terrible mascot name. I agree. I'm with you on this one.
So I remember what I was saying. Anyway, when they do promotions, they promote by line number, and they say this month we're doing these line numbers. This month they're doing these line numbers. This month they're doing these line numbers. And it goes by your date you came on active duty. Well, a lot of people come on active duty the same time. So who do they put above who? Well, usually they do it by birthday, but they do it also for the academy versus like ROTC guys. They do the academy guys ahead of the ROTC guys, which Dan and I were ROTC guys. And so when we get promoted, they have the bottom category. They do the months. This line number to this line number is this month. Then the next month it'll be these line numbers. Then and then eventually they get to like all others. And that's the way it always made me feel. So when I got promoted, I was always in the all others category. And so when I made the joke I said something about all others, and then I started laughing.
That's true.
That's why it was awkward anyway, to try and put a bow on that thing. Sorry. But yeah, Rory, I'm not a big fan of. I mean, just look at it. Yeah. I'm looking at the comments. I think it's a miss. I know he's wearing the uniform. I think he needs an update. You could definitely go a little more aggressive on the lion, do something with that mane to make it look like he doesn't have. I mean, am I wrong? Does he not look like he has a 70s haircut? Is that some sort of hippie haircut looking thing?
It looks, I understand the main shape, but it looks like they're trying to put the shape and match like the Madagascar movie.
Yeah.
And they just missed a little bit. It's off. I think it looks too stiff.
Yeah, it's a miss. I think give it to Houday. That's that.
I'd give it to Houday.
That's that. Give it to Houday
because that name sucks.
So Houday versus Rory. All right, I'm ready for the next one. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Right,
the next one is our 15 versus 18. We are getting down to the wire here. Yes. Our last two matchups that we're going to talk about. These are some interesting ones too. Looking at the randomizer, these are some interesting matchups, and I'm excited to see thoughts from the comments, especially. Number 15, going all the way down to Arizona, is Big Red. And I know we don't mean Andy Reid because they call him Big Red. We mean the bird Big Red.
Yes.
And versus, speaking of Andy Reid, that team, KC Wolf.
Yes.
The look that inspired a criminal. That's my opinion.
Which, by the way, we've said it a few times talking about past shows. Dave and I may have, actually taken a picture with the bank
with
robber.
Chiefsaholic.
Yeah, with the Chiefaholic guy. Anyway, go back and watch our shows and you'll pick up on that one. But yeah, Dave and I were at a preseason game and we took some pictures with some folks that, I don't know, one of them may have been the bank robber. I don't know. So
yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I've interrupted every time, so I figure I might as well interrupt this time. So anyway, you just announced Big Red versus the KC Wolf, who was a bank robber, and then I interrupted. So go ahead.
No, you're good. Big Red for the Arizona Cardinals. The more I've seen these a lot. You're kind of coming at them from, I've seen them a couple times perspective, but kind of fresh. I've seen these a ton because I made them. I found the pictures. I did all of that. This one has kind of grown on me a little bit in recent time. Big Red's not terrible, but he always is doing the plain running stance thing, and it's just, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. And Dan, no, I saw your comment come in. I don't think Big Red lifts at all.
I was commenting, by the way, Dan. I was commenting
on the plastic straw one.
The plastic straw one.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
because Rory does look like the. Did you know? Like,
yes,
that's Rory.
Yes, that's a great call. Like I said, Dave. Dan is definitely going to give you a run for your money when it comes to the most sarcastic person.
And I got to go on a tangent now, too, because this is how my brain works.
Go for it. Why not? That's what we're doing.
Big Red. Big Red's on the screen. We're pausing it. Going back to Dan's comment about Rory. Don't we think if Rory was doing the did you know, he would sound like freaking Snagglepuss, the old cartoon? Did you know this? Would the plastic straws kill the environment?
Like, you know what they do to turtles?
Oh God. Like that's anyway, we gotta talk about Big Red now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I gotta find it again because I actually faded over to Rory. So okay, Big Red it is. Does Big Red even lift?
No, I don't know.
Sorry. All right, go.
Big Red's not bad. This one has grown on me. I think they got I'll say the head sculpt or the head shape done correctly, and it looks good for the Cardinal. I think it's just the rest of it where we've sung the praises of birds having the hands and the fingers and stuff. So that one's not much different. Granted, it doesn't really look like a wing. It just kind of looks like a puffy red arm.
Yep.
I think the thing that really kills Big Red for me is his feet. Those are normal human feet on Big Red, not bird feet.
Okay.
If it was bird feet, I think it would be better. But that's the one thing that takes me out of it, because having the football pants, which again, that's fine, but just the cleats and the actual just human legs makes it look like just a dude wearing a bird head instead of like the mascot character. It looks a little off to me because of that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Do you want me to comment on Big Red, or do you want me to wait till you're done with Casey Wolf?
You go Big Red first.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Then
because
you'll go.
I was
You
going
go
to
Big
say,
Red, you go Casey Wolf, and then I'll round out with Casey.
I am the opposite of you on the foot thing. I think if he had the big, clumsy, big bird feet, I think he would look stupid. That's just my opinion. And, you know,
That's true.
people can have
Which I
differing
can see
opinions.
that.
So I don't mind that. I agree. Miss on the wings. I think the home run of the wings when it comes to this bird category
Blitz.
is definitely Blitz. Last show, making plugs for previous shows. Check that one out. Blitz was on the last show. I think that was a home run as far as how to do the wing with the jersey, all that stuff. I think it's the best mascot in the league. Anyway, but this Big Red, I see what they're doing. I'm more of a critique of. I think they should. Yes, I think every bird should do the wings that way that Seattle did. I think it was awesome. But moving on to the next element, which is the head, I see what they're doing, which I think you have the image. These are great graphics, by the way, that you made. I think they're fantastic.
Thank you.
I think they've got a sweet logo. I think their logo, that picture, that the shape of the bird head and their redesign that they did a few years back. Well, it's been many years back now, but bottom line, I like the Cardinals look. I really do. I like that look. And so I see they're trying to replicate it with the head, but I think they actually kind of went weird with it because they went narrow but long. And I get it. I get it. But I think the head is more of the miss on this, although not a bad mascot. I agree. Do something about the wings. I think the legs are fine. If you fix the wings, I would agree he's too human-y, with just basically it looks like he's wearing a coat under the jersey, you know.
Kinda.
So the Kansas City Wolf, though, this guy, I get what they're going for, which is kind of the goofy guy, you know, the silly wolf, you know, thing. And I know that's what their mascot does. And I think he actually does a great job of it. And actually, you know, with Andy Reid as their coach, I would say this mascot works even better. I'll let you draw your own conclusions there. But I don't know. Again, this is just a dude in a wolf costume wearing a shirt that it does happen to have the Kansas City logo on it instead of a freaking paw, you know, so I'll give him that. But really, I mean, he's wearing hammer pants from Hawaii.
Yeah, he
Not a fan as far as a football mascot. And I see what they're doing. I know they're doing the silly thing, which I agree. Silly mascots are awesome. Blue, the Indianapolis Colts mascot is hilarious. I follow his Instagram. He's awesome. You know, he's one of the funniest mascots out there. That's why I follow him. And I get that's what the KC's going for. But I personally, as far as me, I'm giving my critique. I think it should be, you know, let's throw the uniform on him. Let's make him kind of, you know, rocked out. And, you know, let's change pretty much everything, everything about it. That's my opinion. So there, I'll throw that to you. I change everything about this one.
No, I can see what you're saying. One thing that has always bugged me on this one, and this kind of makes sense and goes across the big sports, like the big four sports, NFL, NHL, NBA, and MLB. When a mascot doesn't make clear sense to me, it's just weird. Like, I don't want to, I mean, in the NHL side of things, I've gotten used to like the Philly guy there, Gritty in the Philly there. I got used to that one. But in the NBA, they have some that just don't make sense with what the team is. Like the Miami Heat mascot is a weird penguin alien looking thing, and
Then
it doesn't
again,
make
what
sense.
do you do with the Heat? You know?
Right,
But,
exactly. On this note, though, this is the same thing, in my opinion. You're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, what can you do? You can't do a whole lot, so you're kind of stuck with, well, let's give them something. And it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I like, again, like you said, they put the logo on the jersey and not just a paw. Again, they could have just,
Here you go.
going back to Sir Purr, what they could have done,
Let me
they could
interrupt
have
you.
given it like scratch marks and not a paw. But anyway.
Let me interrupt you real quick. It just came to me. I got to spit it out. I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good.
This is a baseball mascot wearing a Kansas City t-shirt. That's what that
That's
is.
perfect.
That's exactly
That, looking
what
at
that
it
is.
again, that is perfect. That is 100% what this should be. I think Casey Wolf is out of place because he's in the wrong sport.
Yeah.
I think that is completely valid and completely fair. With that being said, I'll just wrap right into my finale on this one. I'd pick Big Red just because it makes more sense.
Yep. I think as far as matchup go, a good pull, as they say. Yeah, Big Red versus Casey Wolf. I think it's an okay matchup because Big Red is not a home run by far. Definitely, I would throw him maybe in the upper portion on the line of, bottom third, middle third. I'd put him in that line. But Kansas City Wolf, I think, is completely out of place. I'm sorry again for interrupting you, but I guess it's what I do, and this is my show, so whatever.
That made
But
the most
he's
sense.
a freaking baseball mascot with a Kansas City t-shirt on. Literally.
Oh, 1,000%.
It's so this should be a Big Red win. Thank you, Katie, by the way. But yeah, should be a Big Red win. With that, we're on our final matchup. So folks,
We're on the last matchup of
we're about
round
to
one.
wrap this puppy up. So
And you'd
I
think
know we're getting
after
late.
all
This is late night.
time, this is DTD After Dark.
Yes.
Anyway, if you'd think the last matchup, round one, we're going out with a bang. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Please time the graphic with what I'm saying. No, it's not.
No.
Huh?
Dude, that transition was phenomenal. We didn't even practice that. That just happened.
I'll say
That just
DTD. This is the DTD After Dark where you go, this is going to be great. And, what the hell is this? Like, this one, number 16 versus number 17. Poe the Raven of the Baltimore Ravens, which we have praised the Baltimore Ravens this season because of their boy and our boy, Lamar.
Yes.
We have praised them up and down. And then it's Raider Rusher. I'm just going to let this one sit for a second. What the hell am I looking at?
What is it?
I don't know.
If SpaceX
Shoot.
had a mascot?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I don't know. Come on, bro. You're the Raiders. You're the freaking Raiders. You're a pirate. Bro, you can hit an absolute home run. I'm not saying that the other pirate, which is the Bucks, hit a home run. They did okay, but you're the Raiders. You could have hit. I mean, look at the logo on your helmet and just start there. You could have hit such a, your character is a human. You could have hit such a home run with this. Sorry. I know I'm
you're
immediately
right.
just jumping right
Roll with
into
it.
analysis, but
Do it.
gosh, I'm not even ready to put him up there. But dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, what do you guys think in the comments? What is this thing cool? Is Raider Rusher cool? Hey, Tim's in the comments, by the way. Remember I told you they're like, hey, what's Mr. Ferret doing on the iPad?
Yeah, that's
hey,
right.
Tim's might be late night, but I'll log in, catch you. Hey, fella. Hey, what's up, Tim? It's good to see you. I love it. Hey, brother, hit that, smash that like button, dude. We need the likes. Help the algorithm. Like I said, all of them matter to us. I'm sorry. Back to Raider Rusher. Complete miss. This mascot, I mean,
I don't know what this thing is. The only thing it looks like
I get it that he's got a.
If it was a
Raider
if it was
helmet.
a cartoon, it would be voiced by Danny DeVito.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
I think that's a miss. I think that's a miss. Moving on, let's talk about Raven the Poe the Raven. Since I started on Raider Rusher and it's my show, I'm starting on Poe the Raven.
Do it.
I don't really like the mascot. I'm not a big fan of it. We talked about bird mascots so far; they've been pretty good. This falls more into the Miami Dolphins mascot. This is the Miami Dolphins of the bird category. This is they could have done so much. And I know it's a raven. You got to make it kind of Raven-esque. And this is definitely with the long bill. And I get it that it's a raven, but let's take a little more creative liberty. Maybe shorten up that bill, work on those arms pretty much. Again, as I said before, work on everything. That being said, please God, let Poe the Raven win this matchup.
Oh, because I sure hope
that Raider Rusher one is terrible, dude. Such a miss, but it's so Mark Davis, Davis, and it's Nike
so
backpack.
Mark Davis.
Oh,
and the stupid haircut. Did Mark Davis and Rory go to the same barber? Because those haircuts suck.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I can't wait to make that graphic.
Poe the Raven.
Oh man.
Why can't Poe the Raven? Okay, it has the. Okay, I'm seeing Tim's comment here. Raider Rusher looks like if you asked AI to come up with a Funko Pop of the Raiders logo.
There we go. Great call,
It's
Timmy.
a very bad Funko Pop.
It's a terrible Funko Pop. That's what it is. That's a great call, dude. That's a great call. Anyway, but AI Funko Pop, arms coming out of the ears. Sorry. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Going back to my Poe the Raven thing, you can see it on the graphic here. Look at the logo behind Poe the Raven. That is such a cool logo for what it is. Granted, it screams, we were made in the 90s. And they were. It screams that. But make the mascot purple and black.
Yep.
But not just like the uniform. Make the face purple and black. Make him look mean. Make his eyes red. And that looks like a menacing football mascot. Right now, he looks like he's going to read books to school children.
That's a great call as well. This guy belongs in a library reading books to children. Yep. Yes, that is it.
That's what
like. That mascot may be a miss, but that comment was a home run. And Timmy, your comment was a home run. There's been a lot of home run comments tonight, man. We appreciate you guys. You guys are so awesome. That being said, but let me close the loop on this. I definitely think, given the two mascots, I think they're both lucky that they drew each other via the randomizer, because these should be round one eliminations. Both of them. Yeah. That being said, please God, let Poe the Raven win. Because that Raider Rusher is just a miss. Anyway, but
it's so bad.
Yeah. So, jeez. Yeah.
It's so bad.
So bad. So, any final comments on Poe versus Raider Rusher before we hit our socials and kind of say a goodbye?
I'm just going to dig on Raider Rusher one more time. He looks like he should jump up in the air, pull all his limbs in, and just roll around like a ball. He looks
he
awful.
Kind of has a Sonic the Hedgehog vibe He kind
But
of
not in a
he's
good
a
way.
video. Yeah, no, definitely not in a good way. Definitely, he looks like a video game. He would definitely fit dry. You know what? Okay, I got it. Uh-oh, time to fade back to Raider Rusher. Fading back to Raider Rusher. If they did an NFL partnership with Mario Kart, this guy would be driving the Mario Kart or for the Raiders.
Yes.
That's what this guy is.
Yes, that's a guarantee.
If they
That
did
would
a
actually be
partnership,
really fun to watch.
that guy, that is the perfect cartoon dude for Mario Kart when NFL does a partnership with Nintendo, which hurry up. That would be
if
awesome.
that happened,
Was it
then that means Disney has
Nintendo?
bought everything and they are emperor overlords. Not to go back on the Star Wars pun, but if Nintendo and the NFL partnered, that means Disney is taking over everything.
Oh my
Because that's
gosh.
just what the world has fallen to.
You know what? Funny story. When I retired, I had stocks that I ended up having to sell to basically make ends meet while I was trying to get a job after the military. I ran, make a long story short, had to sell the stocks. The very first stock that I ever got was Disney, and it was a good chunk of it. And I got it when I was very young. I got it when I was 13, I think 13.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't remember how old I was when I retired, but this is like 20 something years later. So, but I had to sell that stock. Well, then they end up acquiring the friggin' Disney Star Wars franchise merger. We'll call it. I know they acquired Star Wars, but we'll call it a merger because Star Wars is huge. All these things started happening. So yeah, that would be my luck. I mean, that's my Bitcoin story, if you would.
Right.
I got out while the getting was not good. Whoops. Anyway, but I had to make ends meet. Wouldn't change it for the world, but
that's true. That's true.
Jeez. Wow, that was a rabbit hole. So let me just transition awkwardly from that to our socials. By the way, so we talked about the fact that this is done via a poll.
Yes.
The polls are run on Andrew's page all throughout the season. Actually, we have votes for player of the week that we do. We have votes for all sorts of things. And during the off season, obviously we have votes that happen for other things, of which this is one of them. So the big thing about this is, as Andrew said to start the show, I'll say to end the show, we give our opinions on who we think should win, et cetera, as we've just done, but we do not have say in who wins. This is all via a internet poll via these sites, specifically that one for Andrew. That's like, wait, let me point. You get it. The DTD.Big Sky Country. So the bottom logo, that is the internet account that you definitely need to follow for the polls, the DTD polls. He's an affiliate account. Thank you for, by the way, calling yourself an affiliate. I did not. Yeah. Anyway, you get it. No pressure from me, but I appreciate you saying that you're an affiliate, man. I love it. It's a claim to fame of mine. I have an affiliate. Big time. Anyway, so jeez, that's I never thought I'd have 171 subscribers. So anyway, the top stuff right there next to the Duct Tape Dynasty logo, which was actually designed by Dave in the comments, who probably has left a long time
Both of our
ago.
logos were.
But both of these logos were designed in-house. This is all our stuff. But there's where you can follow us to keep up with all that is going on. Brother, this has been an absolute blast. We've gone for an hour and a half now. Do you have anything left to say to these fine folks before we get the heck out of here?
Be sure just to like and subscribe on everything. Follow us on all the social medias. It means so much. These polls for round 1.5 or round 1 part 2 will go up this weekend. Be sure to do those, and we will hopefully have results for you next week. when we do round 2 of our Mascotology.
For a lot of you in the comments who are live commenting, obviously I have your numbers and whatnot, so I'll do my best to send you a text and let you know when the polls go live, so you can go check them out. So if you don't have these, screenshot this so you can go back and grab our socials. But guys, we thank you for hanging out for an hour and a half with us. We really appreciate. We love all of you and all you guys do for us. We have so much fun doing this. I can't wait until next week. See what happens.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
You guys are the absolute best. Let's get the heck out of here and have a weekend, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, brother. Thanks again. We are
No
out of
problem.
here. Be well.
See
We'll
ya.
see ya.